Alright, welcome ladies and gentlemen to the finals of the Salad Cup number 2. We have both our finalists here on the map of Oxide for our first game. He's our red Terran player, spawning at the bottom left, playing for Shopify Rebellion. It is Byun.
His opponent in the blue after a clean series after Gumio. Can he do it against Byun as well? From Dragon Phoenix Gaming, it is Hero.
Alright, so both of these players playing the opposite race in the previous series. Byun, of course, facing off against Classic Protoss, while Hero faced off against Gumiho, against a Terran player. So a little bit of a same matchup. We got a little bit of a Protoss versus Terran theme going on for today. But yeah.
Yeah. And it makes me so happy.
Well, also
Hero
makes...
with a proxy pylon? Oh, wait, is this the max specs?
Maybe he's channeling his inner max packs right now. Or maybe his inner parting.
Yeah. Or it just plays the random pylon. Yeah, don't tell me it's a random pylon. Oh yes. Oh yes. Alright. Whatever. You do you, Hero. Just drop down a Stargate in your opponent's third.
Oh, and there's no Reaper, so he's not gonna actually scout this until very...
third command. No, actually, it's the second. All right. I was getting too excited. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it would have been almost impossible to defend against this with 3 racks open. Or sorry, not 3 racks, a 3 CC opening.
Yeah. Zelt can get a little bit of damage onto their reactor, but yeah, of course, it's just mainly there for scouting. And now Hero is gonna drop down a pylon, a couple of shield batteries, and it's gonna be time for Void Rays. Adept trying to get a chunk onto those units. Oh, can he? Oh, yes, that is plenty of good. Slowing down that one bunker, meaning that this reactor, yeah, it does stay alive. The first Void Ray is out, and so is the first shield battery right now in the making. Void Rays bringing the battle to the SCVs, and now focusing firing this reactor. It's gonna go down. Just one Marine at a time for you, Byun. The Adepts are gonna try to shade in, get into the net, into the mineral line, while the Void Ray does all the work, and it's looking plenty of ugly for Byun.
Alright, Cyclone does pop out here. However, there are 2 Void Rays out in the field. A bunch of shield battery as well. More gateways actually being thrown down, so this is just going to be pretty much an all-in by Hero. And Byun having a tough time holding it off as he is supply blocked. Alright, third Void Ray does join up with the army pretty soon. Well, actually, you know, he canceled the other gateway, so not gonna go all... Not gonna completely switch into the ground force, but here we go. Void Ray's gonna go ahead, focus on the SCVs that's repairing the bunkers. Now he is gonna go ahead and focus on the bunkers, but that's some nice repairing.
And right now, Prismatic Alignment was forced to immediately cancel after there was a lock-on coming from these cyclones. Right now, Magnified Accelerator, Magfield Accelerator, sorry. It's on the way, 9 seconds until it's done, and that's such a key upgrade. Can those Void Rays keep up with Magfield Accelerator? Oh, I don't know about this. Phoenix in the making, I love this. A little bit of a jazz incoming from Hero. Mixing all kind of styles. Right now, the Void Rays need to wait a little bit of time. Buying time, actually, for the Adepts to deal a lot of damage. Byun, undecisive on what to focus, and the bunker is going down. Yeah, that is very close to being GG right now.
Yeah, especially since, I mean, the Adept harass was still ongoing as well. Got a lot of SAVs, and so he doesn't have a lot of SAVs to, first of all, mine and repair at the same time. So he's gonna have to pick his choice, and it's gonna be quite tough. It's 4 Cyclones, but there are a bunch of Void Rays as well, and Phoenix that can lift off one of these Cyclones and just get Focus Fire down.
Yeah, and the Adepts still do very good against everything that Byun is putting up together. Hero actually waiting for more Adepts to come into the battle this time, and now that's 3 Phoenixes. All these Cyclones might be lifted at the same time. Only one gets lifted, and then the other, and then the other. Hero takes game number 1 of the series.
Looks like Hero gonna go ahead and go for a little bit of an early scout on the outskirts of his base, making sure that he doesn't get proxied, because when you go for your own very own proxy in one game, it's not out of the norm to see your opponent get frustrated and go for their own proxy in the next game. So it looks like Hero's gonna go ahead and just make sure that there are no cheeses out on his side of the map.
It's always a safe bet against players who are able to do so, to do this kind of proxies. And Jagannatha, it really doesn't cost much to scout for that, since it's not a wide map, it's just a long map. So you can check all the potential spots without really spending too much time.
Yeah, that's a great point. Being that Jagannatha is a bit more narrower, it really does make it much easier to scout around. And it looks like he is going to indeed scout all the way around.
Yeah, I do think it's a good choice. Just making sure nothing is... Oh, wait, whoa, Byun? Wait a second. That's an early concussive shells.
Looks like Byun gonna go on the offensive here to start off this game now. This Adept gonna go ahead and actually scout this. He's gonna notice that there is gonna be an early Marauder, because one Marine ain't gonna defend against it. He's trying to hide it, but
he didn't hide it. He really didn't. Concussive shells is done. Those Marauders are desperately trying to get onto that one Adept and slow it down, but they won't manage. And now Steam is in the making.
Right now, if I was Hero, I would just go for the 4-gate blink right now, just to make sure you have enough units to defend, as well as a blink potential, so that if Byun does try to retreat back home, you can at least give his army a chase with the Stalkers and just micro. And it kind of delays the of course the Dirt Nexus, but knowing that he is going to get pressured, delaying the Dirt, I think is going to be what he's going to go for either way. So might as well, I think, go for the oh, actually, you know what, never mind, he's going to go for the robotics facility instead.
And the Forge as well. I do feel like he's feeling very confident against this. Maybe too confident? I don't know. The shield battery is really gonna do a lot of work here, and Byun is not really looking like he's gonna go and hit in this natural really super duper quickly. He's just gonna wait for his key upgrades nonetheless. And Hero is gonna have some time to make a couple Immortals, maybe an Observer, and just have more defensive units, and even armor upgrade.
Alright, looks like Hero playing with a little bit of fire, because I would say if Byun was to attack right now at his front gate, it will be actually a pretty difficult hold.
Yeah.
But luckily for him, he's actually Byun is actually waiting, it seems like, for maybe potentially the 2 Medevacs, which I'm not a fan of, because
absolutely, yeah, I absolutely agree with all you said so far. Probably the 4-gate blink would have been a better choice, and for Byun it would have been a better choice to strike right about now, I think. On time, on par with the blink upgrade.
Yeah, I think the timing might have just passed already. So I mean, who knows? Maybe Michael will still be, because of his superior Michael, he can kind of turn anything into a possibility. But I don't know. It's gonna take some nice, great micro and maybe a little bit of a blunder by Hero, like a miss micro of from Hero.
Yeah, Hero is getting very greedy though. Like he's dropping on a lot, and I say a lot of tech. Getting shard, getting +1 armor, getting a Templar Archives, getting a Warp Prism. All things that will help, like in a couple minutes. But you have to first survive these couple minutes.
All right, those two medevacs about to, or just got started. +1 as well for Byun. And just giving a lot more time for Hero to get those warpins, as well as potentially even buying enough time for charge, which will be very helpful during the huge fight. Looks like Hero actually bypassing Storm altogether, just making sure he has he's gonna warp into Archon, so he has a bit more beef in his army to defend. And at the same time, there is a sneaky Warp Prism at the left side waiting to dive in here once Byun attacks.
Well, this is quite an interesting turn of events. Right now, Byun is gonna strike at the natural, which is kind of undefended. The one pylon was not powering up the shield batteries. Right now, though, the shield batteries are out of range of everything. The Archon is gonna immediately fall. And yeah, the army of Hero is just crumbling. That's +1 infantry army, and yeah, this shield battery is going to fall, the probes are going to be pulled, and yeah, Hero is gonna pay for being a little bit too greedy, I feel.
Yeah,
Byun, it's not gonna end the game, but it's very close.
Yeah, especially with taking down 21 probes, and a little bit unfortunate for Hero because his army was a little bit split to start off the fight, and then he also fought outside of the shield batteries. Which was a huge mistake. I think it would have been so much more helpful to be fighting close to those shield batteries to help defend. And now Byun getting some nice significant damage done. And I just gotta make sure he does not suffer too much damage here with this Warp Prism drop.
And it really doesn't look like it. Just his production is gonna easily deal with it. The Warp Prism is always going to be a threat, but right now, Byun is in such a commanding lead that he can spare a couple units in the main.
Alright, looks like really Byun, all he needs to do is probably just go across the map right now, because he is quite ahead in terms of the army supply. Hero actually not even probing back up because he knows that there's the potential of a attack anytime soon, and he's gonna try to warp up enough energy, or not energy, warp up enough army to help defend, or maybe actually might just go for an all-in himself.
Yeah, it's kind of a Hail Mary play coming from Hero, but yeah, I wouldn't have it any other way, to be completely honest. There's no way you're actually going to get anything done if you try to probe up. You just have to go for army, just try to do something out of your tech and hope that Byun kind of blunders.
Oh, this actually might be the best scenario right now for Hero as he catches a Byun off out of position and does get on top of these SCVs.
Oh, and he's also gonna fight the army of Byun actually into a choke point with force fields enforcing this location. Now the Widowmines are gonna get their shots onto the key units, and yeah, Hero just didn't have enough. The fight was perfect, the moment was perfect, but it just didn't have enough.
Yeah. And he knows that he's going to GG out, and Byun, he is going to tie up this series. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are here for game number 3, as we are in the map of 2000 Atmospheres. And before we get all into it, let's go ahead and introduce our lovely players here. First, the guy spawning at the top right, playing for Shopify Rebellion, hailing from Korea, and looking to take the series lead. Give it up for Byun.
His opponent in the blue looking to get to match point himself. And Dragon Phoenix Gaming, it is Hero.
Oh, interesting. Got ourselves a 2 gas opening coming out of Hero, so looks like he's kind of up to something. What do you think this is for?
It might be a heavy blink, kind of a lean, or it might be a tech rush into something. I do feel like it's just going to be like the good old Stalker's lean.
Oh, wait, actually, he's got second probe, so oh, it is going to be a proxy Stargate once again. Yeah, this is this is going to be pretty much like a deja vu of game number 1.
Yeah, and it's a good map to do it as well. Like, yeah, I was a little bit off. Probably you don't really need that much gas so early. So yeah, it was for this.
Oh my god, Byun is scouting around, but he's scouting on the opposite side of where he should be scouting. Oh boy.
Yeah, especially since it's not the first time that this happens in this series, so you should know better to check in that location. Now Byun sees the probe and knows what's up immediately, I feel.
Yeah, I mean, there is no reason why there are 2 probes out in the field. Only one reason alone is that there is a proxy out there, and Byun immediately throwing down a bunker.
This time, Hero was not able to gain control of the natural of his opponent, so it's gonna be a little bit tougher for him to just brute force forward, especially with this Marine stopping him from dropping the very important shield batteries. So everything is kind of slowed down for Hero, which buys enough time for Byun to drop the bunker, as you said, but of course to start making a couple cyclones, which are also important. And the command center, yeah, that is a deny. This command center needs to be cancelled for resources, I think. You're never gonna finish that.
That is absolutely unfortunate for Byun. I mean, he is... Oh, okay, there he goes. He does actually...
Oh my god.
That is huge, actually.
That is huge. It is absolutely huge. Sparing more SCVs for repairs is always important, and having another command center to start making those SCVs is very important. Losing one of that is Hero. Gonna send another in. He needs to break down this wall to send those shades in, and here it comes. The wall is down, the reactor is still up, Magfield Accelerator is on the way, and so are the couple Marines that Byun can produce with the reactor racks once he's not supply blocked anymore.
Yeah, actually a big difference this time around, because that reactor allowing him to produce more Marines, because in the first game, he actually lost the reactor earlier on, so I wasn't able to really produce a lot from that barracks. And also his supply depot, his other supply depot is still alive, so he doesn't really need to waste resources on the supply depot.
You're really trying his best to put as much damage as possible onto those add-ons. The reactor is in a little bit of an off spot. Can the SCV save it? I don't think they can, and they will not save it. Alright. Yuri is in a pretty decent spot. His first Phoenix is on the way, and he's got all the key things he needed to get. He can now up-damage the repairs of these SCVs, and Byun is supply blocked again. These one Rex will definitely survive once lock-on gets enabled. And these shield batteries are still, like, they're almost full juice. And yeah, that means that these Void Rays can fight for a very long time over there. Yeah, lock-on gets some damage onto one single Void Ray, but now 4 adepts are shading into the mineral line. Oh, they're gonna cancel it. Hero waiting for the Phoenixes to come in clutch. The first Cyclone will get immediately lifted and killed. And those Cyclones are kind of important. Now there's a tank in the making. I don't really like this from Byun. I don't see why you would ever need a tank. I mean, yeah, you break down the shield batteries, but you need more stuff out, and it really feels like Hero is completely in the lead.
Yeah, a little bit of a questionable decision to go for that tank, especially since Phoenix can lift up those tanks as well. I get the idea that he wants to use the tank to kill the shield batteries, but you need enough units on the ground to defend that siege tank before you can go for it. And right now, basically he has lost all his Cyclones, so not a lot here to defend against the Void Rays. And GG, Hero, once again, making this proxy Stargate Void Ray play work, and he will take the series lead. Alright, we are here for game number 4 on the map of Lightshade. This guy here at the bottom right, looking to tie up the series and force it to a game 5. Can he do it? It is from Shopify Rebellion, Byun.
We've heard before in this tournament about drop o'clock, but this guy, yeah, for him is always cheese o'clock, I guess. In the blue from Dragon Phoenix Gaming, it's Hero and his Void Rays.
Well, certainly his Void Rays has been heroes throughout the series.
Absolutely. And the Phoenixes as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Hero is one of those players who you just hate playing against because his probe in the early game is absolutely obnoxious. Oh my god.
Yeah, quite the annoying probe. And, oh, okay. I thought he was actually going to go for that CV.
That would have been way too risky.
Alright, doing a little bit of a dance once again.
Yeah, ring around the roses. To stop the command center from going down there, but yeah, Byun doesn't really care. He has one in his main already. So high ground command center, which is honestly the better choice since Hero is yeah, he's kind of playing aggressively, to say the least.
Yeah, I mean, probably a bit more safer considering the play style that Hero has been playing at in terms of all these proxy stuff.
Yeah, I was about to say the cybernetics core has been out for a while and there's still no warp gate, so it's definitely Stargate, this time in his own base. Byun again with the 1-1-1. I'm going to take his chances with his favorite build, which has been the free Rex. And actually, I do think we have a fun fact for this Select Cup. And that is that Byun has never won a game in which he didn't go for the free Rexes.
Oh, wow. That is a pretty interesting fact. I mean, you know, the 3-Rex does really fit Byun's playstyle, right? Being very aggressive off the start and kind of being in his opponent's face. This time around, going for the 1-1-1, a little bit of a kind of more strategic type of play style, where it's going to kind of play through the long game. However, Hero actually gone for the Stargate opening, so that will allow him to get the Phoenixes, which, you know, theoretically it should do pretty well against what Byun is going for, because of course the Phoenixes can not only chase down these this medvac, but also lift up the Widow Mine, and this Orga does actually scout this. Luckily enough, you know, we'll turn it back around. Scouting. Yeah.
Now Hero can be on top of his pools and actually send a Phoenix to chase down this Medivac. Yeah, the probes are already moving out just to kill these Widowmines as soon as possible. And this Medivac is doomed. Alright. Very clean start on the side of Hero. While Byun is not gonna do much with his 1-1-1 this game as well.
Yeah, this is quite disastrous for Byun. Getting 0 economic damage done. I mean, well, I guess I wouldn't say 0. He did force the probe off the line, but no really, you know, decent amount of probe kills. And really, in PvT, a lot of it does come down to whether the Terran player can get significant, decent damage in the early game.
Yeah, like Terran is the slowest race to ramp up economy, because drones explosion is a thing. Once you have enough larva, you can just get 1,000,000 drones out. And on the side of Protoss, you have, of course, chrono boosting the probes out of your Nexus. So yeah, on this side, you can see Hero killing 5 probes, gonna be in a pretty commanding lead, economy-wise, collecting 3 times the gas that his opponent is collecting, and having 700 more minerals collecting in a minute. Which, guys, it really means a lot.
Yeah, Byun right now, yeah, he does have the overall supply lead, but that is a bit deceiving. Again, he does, because Hero does have that faster third base. And, oh, actually, going for Adept Glaze. What do you make of this?
I think it's like a little bit of a defensive choice, as weird as it may sound. Because he already has a lot of Adepts on the field. And with his air army, he scouted the army of Byun. And he knows this army is one that wants to go for a timing attack. Right now, Byun is retreating. So Resonating Glaze will never really find much use, I feel. But yeah, having so many Adepts on the field and having them with Resonating Glaze will mean they can trade up a little bit better into Marines.
Oh, got a little bit greedy. Does lose that Oracle there.
Yeah, I don't think that was worth it. Alright, Resonating Glaze is still not finished, but this tank is very exposed, and so is the mineral line. Not gonna shed yet, he's waiting for Resonating Glaze. Right now in the main though, one Widow Mine will get 2 Phoenixes and 2 SCVs.
Oh my god, those 2 Widow Mines really helping out, lowering the amount of Phoenix count, which is makes it a lot less annoying, because of course 1 Phoenixes has to lift while the others attack, and you know, 3 Phoenixes, a lot less energy compared to, let's say, 5 or 6.
Hero fully in control of the map so far. Shade after shade is gonna wait for the right moment to get in and strike, of course. I don't think this Resonating Glaze was, again, really much for aggression. It's just trying to do something with it. But I do feel like right now, all he has to do is just buy himself some time. Charge on the way, first few Immortals are on the way, and of course, Storm is the most important piece of the puzzle.
Oh my god, I think, yeah, these Adepts does catches the Medivacs. Oh my goodness. If not, if bad was just became worse, because he was trying to catch a Hero off guard. Now these Phoenixes are on the chase and does scout them.
A little bit on the late side, both players are a little bit unlucky with their movements. But 2 probes are going to fall, I think, 2 Adepts. I think it was the 2 Adepts. But yeah, the Doom Drop from, well, the multi-prong from Byun is looking way less scary with these 3 Phoenixes out. And Byun can strike on the other side, he has a powerful army. But Storm has kicked in.
Alright, more High Templars being warped in. Charge about to finish. And if Byun is going to attack, it's going to have to be now.
Finally, the drop in the main happens. Gonna deal some damage. Here comes the Adepts with the Shades. Here, Storm is about to clutch it. Yes, it is. So much damage. But so will the Widowmine and the tank. Meanwhile, in the main, 13 probes have been killed. Not too shabby from Byun. His main army is not in a beautiful spot, I'd say. The Medivacs are trying to top up the army of Byun. And actually, Byun is winning the battle. He's winning the fight. Can he bring this to game number 5? More Zealots been warped in, and I feel like the warping has been the clutch factor. The one Cyclone just cannot do enough. The Widow Mines collected by the Medivacs and gone into retreat. There's still 2 Medivacs on the top side, but Byun definitely got the short stick out of that trade. Even after killing so many Templars, though.
Oh man, so much Adept going into the third base. Oh, actually might get the will get the cancel. That would be actually pretty devastating for Byun. While Byun is gonna go ahead and go for the third base, but more additional warp ins. And oh, these Widowmines actually maybe a little bit of a traitor with a mines, as it does do splash damage on his own units. Adepts still absolutely destroying the economy of Byun.
And at the same time, the one Widow Mine actually killed the Medivac. Oh yeah, it is not looking pretty for Byun. The tech is just not there, and Hero has enough gateways to just warp in for defense a little bit everywhere. Another recall has been issued from Hero. So recall is not available right now, but he's such in a commanding spot. Like, these resonating glaives actually doing some work.
Yeah, surprisingly. I mean, usually glaives depths don't really scale well into the later stages of the game, but in these types of numbers, I mean, they're still pretty solid. And Byun, you know, as the game continues, like, his saving grace is if Hero can keep staying on the depths, then maybe he can kind of climb back. But it looks like Hero is not waiting for that later game. Gonna go ahead and dive in here and go for the kill, and I think he might have done it.
The DPS on these armies, insane. Resonating glaives, charge lots with Storm on top. He's going into the main to deal with the SCVs over here. Hero might have lost a lot of his army, but just look at the workers. 57 to 30. Like 60 to 30 right now, and that's a little bit devastating, especially with +2 armor kicking in for Hero. More Immortals on the way, and Ghosts, look, they're pretty far from being available for Byun. And that kind of sums it up, right?
Yeah, I guess Byun has been ghosted by the ghosts. He has no ghost to speak of, or even near completion, and it's gonna be tough especially when you're going up against High Templars with Storm and even Archons as well. He is gonna try to make a play for this Widowmine drop into the third base, but it gets spotted by the probe that was actually gonna make that fourth Nexus. So will force the Medevac to retreat for the time being, and just Byun not able to catch a break.
Yeah, it's a little bit unlucky how this game has played out for Byun, I feel. But Hero really on top of his play, so reactive on every single position, and then able to strike with incredible force whenever the time arises.
It looks like Hero is going to strike while the iron is hot.
Rose, sorry.
Oh, I think you muted. You were muted a little bit right there.
Oh, oops.
It's all good. Anyhow, it looks like Hero gonna go ahead, gonna charge and press on forward, and Byun desperately trying to kite his way back. He's doing a decent job, but there are still a lot of stalkers here. Actually, no High Templars to speak of, but more reinforcements joining up into the fight.
Yeah, so many SCVs falling into yet another battle. Hero might have been kited very proper by Byun, but it still didn't look like it was enough. Byun really doing his possible best to try and keep up with his opponent. That was a beautiful fight from Byun, but it still didn't look enough.
Yeah, I mean, we have talked about how Byun does look great when he's behind, but I think even with that said, I mean, with this far behind, I'm not quite sure if Byun can even come back from this. I mean, we do got the 2-1 upgrade lead versus the 1-1. No players actually going for the additional upgrades, and you know, Hero is still expanding to the more and more, and really Byun can't do anything about it. He's still trying to saturate his third base, and so yeah, he's gonna have to pull a rabbit out of the hat in order to climb himself out of this hole.
Getting 8 probes with a Widowmine drop. He might have been good like 10 minutes ago. It's not really good right now, and here comes the storms inside a Warp Prism. Now more Archons are being morphed, and here the army of Hero can strike at full might. It looks like Byun has to sack this base again and fight with mules and SCVs. It's not looking pretty for the Terran player. Archons chasing down the army of Byun, who's scouting perfectly. The starter step was amazing, but not enough. Hero takes the tournament.